Hello, my name is Fox09 today, and I'm with Fox. And I just finished watching Shin Godzilla, which is a movie I heard about that I heard it was like really good. It's like, oh, the Godzilla return, and like I even got like the toy of him, which I want to get Earth Godzilla next, and then I'm gonna get the Millennium Godzilla. But basically, Shin Godzilla is the newest Godzilla movie. Actually, well, technically that's not even true right now because Godzilla's City on the Edge, the anime one, or technically the newest one, basically the newest live action Godzilla movie that Japan actually made, and it gets a lot of high praises and stuff like that. And mind you, I'll say there are some bits where, again, I really did love this movie to the point where you see Shin Godzilla like when he's because basically the entire story is that Shin Godzilla that something happens in Japan, like this big explosion in the water, and basically it's kind of like how like other I think probably even like how the first Godzilla was, but I'm not quite entirely sure, but it wouldn't surprise me, where basically a mysterious creature mutated by chemicals comes out of the water, which is Godzilla in like a younger stage, and slowly he mutates when he grows on land and basically becomes this giant monster that will consume and destroy everything. And that and the movie and basically the whole thing is that Japan's reaction to this, and like how are they gonna stop it and stuff like that. And basically the whole point is supposed to be like an analogy. I'm pretty sure because like the first one about a nuclear bomb, about like just a disaster, probably war. I'm not quite entirely sure what the analogy exactly is for this one. It could be more war and stuff like that, or just the destruction of like what should we do in a case scenario. But I liked I liked bits of this. One, Godzilla is freaking terrifying in this movie, which is great. This is supposed to be like like not evil guy. Well, I guess yeah, evil Godzilla. He's He's the main antagonist. He's the one where you'll see him like as the infant stage, like running through the streets and like huge has like fish eyes, and like it's freaking creepy as fuck when you first see like what the fudge. But and like so as you see him like he's just spewing like red liquid, which I assume is blood. And then like he grows to live on land, and you see him grow bigger and stuff. It's freaking cool. And like just even like when you see him use his atomic breath, where like he has like a three hinged mouth, where there's the top part and then the three part open up here, and then shoots like it looks first like smog and then fire, and then it's focused into atomic breath, and just starts shooting atomic breath, cutting buildings in half when like it's attacked and actually hurt. After like they try so many different things and does nothing to him. So many attacks, tanks, all that stuff try to hit him. Nothing hurts him until the U.S. comes in and drops these bigger bombs, and that actually hurts him. But then he uses atomic breath, starts cutting down buildings. He then like hunches over and like his spines glow and starts shooting lasers out of that, which I think is an ability only Shin Godzilla has. I don't think I've seen that with another Godzilla, but then again, I haven't seen all of Godzilla's yet, sadly. But yeah, like shoots lasers out of his back, and it's freaking cool. It is really freaking cool, and like he's just shooting beams, destruction. You see like the destruction of the buildings and everything. It's like really like holy crud, and it's really good. I really love those parts, especially when like even like towards the end where like where their whole plan is to freeze Godzilla from the inside with like this coagulant and stuff like that, and it's really cool. But that alone is maybe like if anyone has problems with the 2014 Godzilla movie where they say there's not enough Godzilla, there's not enough Godzilla, there's not enough we're focusing on these human characters more instead of Godzilla and stuff like that, which again like that's I guess how a lot of the original movies were. You focus on the hero, on the humans instead of Godzilla himself. But by God, if people have problems with the 2014 Godzilla movie, which I honestly really do like, and I do want to see this again, maybe with his. I was watching in the English dub, so maybe I'll watch it with the Japanese dub with subtitles. But I will probably try to watch it again. But the thing is, like, at least in the American one, characters you're following are kind of in the path of destruction from what these things are going on. Because a lot of this movie takes place in, like, buildings. It's like, well, we have to talk to this conference, talk to the MP, the municipal, whatever, the basic Japanese head of state. We have to talk to them. Then we have to go to this room, talk to them. And that's like that for like the first half hour is just them going to different offices talking about what are we gonna do? What is this thing? What isn't this thing? Give me some experts. These experts are dumb. And so like it's a lot of that. It's a lot of that through a lot of this movie where it's mostly done in an office where people are just talking to each other. And so that, which mind you, I'm not against something like that, but you need to, at least for me, because this movie is good on paper, but in the end, we're like really are like the whole real main character. We kind of have main characters, but we really don't. It is more kind of just like the group of people. Just how are they dealing? How is Japan dealing with Godzilla? And like the U.S. basically saying, "Don't worry, we'll nuke it." And they're like, "Don't nuke our goddamn country for a third time." Which I don't know what the second one is. Or no, wait, Did America drop 2 bombs on there? I can't remember. But also Godzilla is a representation of America's nuclear attacks. So in a sense, Godzilla is a representation of America itself. That's beside the point. And then Rodan is Russian, and even though Ghidorah wasn't meant to, a lot of people take it as Ghidorah is Chinese. Nuclear threats to Japan, and then Mothra is Japan because Mothra is a protector of Japan. But yeah, so the destruction is good. The special effects, even though at some points you can tell, okay, that looks like old CG, but it's not. It's just like lower quality CG at some points. It is still good. I loved some things, but like again, like 90% of this movie is just talking office, which I don't mind you focusing and following human characters in a Godzilla movie. I don't mind that. But you have to give them stuff to do. Like, a lot of these characters, these quote-unquote main characters that we're following, never really see Godzilla until later on. They only go through reports and stuff like that. We only see Godzilla stomping through the city, destroy everything, which, fudge, yeah, that looked freaking cool. But you never felt like we should have had a character who was in the mess, who was there during this kaiju attack, someone who was in the city, and we cut back to these diplomats, and then we cut back to people like the person on the streets to see like what's going on, the devastation and all that. It's kind of like, even though what is it, the Zombie Diaries? I can't remember what, World War Z. Even though World War Z is probably not the greatest film, I will say, like, it's like that. It's like you're on the ground level because you see what's going on. It's like instead of that, you saw the zombies attacking everything, and then you cut to a boardroom saying, "What should we do? Should we do something? We should do something. Should we do something? We should do something." Something kind of like that. And that's not that good, I think. Like, we should have, because in other movies, again, like, I would have, again, I'm not saying there should be an action hero or something like that, but you should have a character who is trying to escape Godzilla. Or at least maybe a couple characters who are trying to escape Godzilla or get out of the way of all this stuff. And I will say the American Godzilla that came out in 2014, that did that right. That did that a little bit better. Where you do see stuff like that, where like you do have the characters who are far away, who are getting secondhand information, and you have the character who's there getting the information and stuff like that, who's seeing all this. But it doesn't really do that, and it's kind of really just far away, and it's just like again, Godzilla, the anime that's out right now, even though it's not the greatest Godzilla show or movie, I do kind of really like those as well, because at least that one, like, they are like, holy fuck, Godzilla's coming. But yeah, like, they need more, but that one I like for a different reason. I shouldn't say this should be that. I do like this movie. It's just that this is a slow burn, and you have to know that going in. Don't expect just kaiju fights or something like that. No. And it's okay for it to be a slow burn, but it needs, when things start picking up, it needs someone there feeling all this and knowing what's what's happening. Like, again, 2014 Godzilla, because that's the one I can mostly remember right now. Even though I've seen like a couple of them, especially like Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. I think the Millennium ones, which is freaking great movies. I love those. Those are fun. Those are really fun. But like stuff like that, like. Or Shin Godzilla, I do like this movie, and I probably will watch it again with the original Japanese dubbing and with subtitles. But it was cool, and when you saw Godzilla's power, you're like, oh my god, it's freaking great, and like just the terrifying look of just his fangs and stuff like that, or like how his claws are always like this, just like always up. It looked pretty freaking cool, and just seeing the tail whip around, which this Godzilla has so many places to shoot lasers from, where it shoots from the mouth, shoots from his back, and then at one point where they're like, well, I think the back lasers are gone. I think he's cooling down. Nope. Tail ignites and starts shooting lasers, and then Godzilla starts shooting lasers from his front and from his tail everywhere else. I'm like, oh my god, this thing is destructive. But yeah, this is a cool Godzilla, and I like it. I do like Shin Godzilla, and like even the subtitle, a god incarnated, a city doomed. Like, that's freaking cool. But again, there's like so many. There's like, and like just the destruction and everything is freaking awesome, and the specs are freaking great on some bits. But by God, there is so much goddamn talking. And I say, I shouldn't say goddamn, but I say this as you can have that, but you need to splice it in with more. They try to with like showing the destruction to the people and stuff like that, but you never really see Godzilla and of course the people in the same place because, you know, giant kaiju guy in a suit kind of thing. But still, at least in with CG in that more, which mind you though, I will say like the special effects are freaking great in this. The physical props and everything, it's freaking beautiful. I couldn't tell if they're miniatures or they're just buildings being destroyed. So good job on that. That's great. Even though it's like 2 years late. But I like this one. It's cool. Godzilla looks evil in this. And of course, I really do love that like they straight up say like Goji, like they say like, wait, Americans are calling him Godzilla? And they're like, yeah, the name Godzilla came from them. In Japanese, though, it's called Gojira. And I freaking love that. It's just basically saying, like, yeah, it's America's fault. He's called Godzilla. But then again, come on. Godzilla sounds freaking awesome. He is the god lizard. He is the god. Godzilla. But yeah, I like the movie. It needed to be spliced in a little bit more. And again, I will say the 2014 Godzilla movie probably did that a bit better. Because at least, whether you like the main character or not, and I really would have preferred Bryan Cranston stay in it, we at least saw the destruction and everything from a first-hand person's experience. And then flipped over, which they tried to do a little bit with this with, like, cameras. Like, it made, like, found footage every so often. But it never really stood for that long. Other than the beginning is kind of wonky. But yeah. And then the ending itself when like Godzilla's frozen, then they cut to Godzilla's tail and you zoom in and then you see like on the edge of his tail, you see skeletons like bent out like if you freaking saw the skeletal door from Full Metal Alchemist, which I'll say the soundtrack when it's playing, it's like the orchestraic and all that, it sounds freaking great. Or the chanting, it sounds freaking great for this movie. But you see like these skeletons standing out like this, like reaching out, and then you see the tail, like it looks like a mouth. Mind you, mine doesn't really exactly show that. It does show things that look kind of like skeletons on it and bones, but yeah. But yeah, this movie, I liked it. It could have used something. And I can honestly say that about the 2014 Godzilla as well. Where it's like, it's a movie I like. It has parts of it I really loved, and like parts where I'm like, fudge, yeah! But then it like, a lot of it, some of it's brought down a bit. I am really hoping Godzilla King of the Monsters is going to be freaking great when it comes out next year. But I got to wait 12 months for that. Because life is all about waiting for all this stuff. Got to wait for Odyssey. I got to wait for Spider-Man. I got to wait for freaking Godzilla now. And the other two are video games. But beside the point. Kingdom Hearts. But, 3. But yeah, like I like the movie. It's good. Just know going in, if you're gonna watch this movie, it is going. There is a lot of just like, should we do something? We should do something. We have to do this. We have to do. Basically, kind of showing how a government works, but then it's like just splice it in with someone being there, seeing Godzilla, stuff like that. You don't have to show Godzilla straight away, like you show the background stuff as these people are running away from it, kind of Cloverfield-esque style. Even though I haven't seen the first Cloverfield, it's still something kind of like that. But no, it just kind of it kind of sucks when it does that. But when Godzilla starts destroying things, he destroys, and it's freaking great. The effects on that is freaking beautiful. I loved all of that. I prefer that more than a lot of CG destruction that they've been doing in American films. But yeah, like a lot of it's like taking place in offices of this. But either way, that's my thoughts on. That's my late thoughts on Shin Godzilla. Tell me what you guys in the comments below. Thanks for watching the reviews that I've done. Links are on my Facebook, around there somewhere. And we will see you later. Also, I freaking love that silhouette. That is a freaking like terrifying silhouette and like shiny.